Greetings, Skill Incarnate, bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. Welcome back as we check out another indie game. This time we're looking at Perish, developed by Item 42 and published by Handy Games, the guys behind Endling Extinction is Forever, one of the best games on the PlayStation. Perish is a 4-player cooperative wave shooter, set in Greek mythology, with a brutal difficulty and some pretty cool roguelike mechanics. Now the game did get a middling review on Steam, with many people complaining of repetitive gameplay and levels that were largely the same. Now while I can't deny some of these criticisms are accurate, I don't think the game is as bad as was made out in some reviews, with some real fun to be had for people who enjoy games like Serious Sam. I'm going to play the first part of the campaign, and hopefully if you guys like this, I'd love to cover it in a future stream with my buddy Kel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let's check out Perish. The game begins in Purgatory, with us as a freshly resurrected corpse, having made our way down the river Styx, our boat crashing and us being stuck here, trying to make our way to Elysium, the Greek version of heaven. We're going to have to pay the priestess in blood, or blood money in this case, with us needing a ton of dinarche, the game's currency. As you can see, I really like this game and I've amassed a fair bit. I've also managed to purchase a few of the weapons in the game, with the first 6 being unlocked. We have the Ponos, the starting weapon, little more than a shiv, and one you want to get rid of as soon as possible. The Labrys, a axe which is surprisingly good. It's one of my favourite weapons actually. It has some really cool special abilities. The Zophos, a very accurate pistol, but it's a little bit hard to use in boss battles and crowds due to its low capacity. The Eos, which is a surprisingly good weapon for crowd control. The Sirocos, a highly advanced semi-auto rifle, which is actually an auto rifle when you get the upgrade, which I've got. And finally the Achilles, a weapon I've just unlocked, which is a throwing spear with incredibly powerful damage, and it's also got some piercing attacks. We're going to start with a classic, the Labrys. I've got a number of other rings here as well, and depending on the weapon and the ring that you choose, you can get yourself a bit of a character build. I'm going for a melee character, but as I unlock more I may change my build up, and you can see how this lends itself really well to co-op. Crowns, you have a number of different crowns. Again, they give you some upgrades. I'm using the arc, which basically will randomly hit enemies with bolts of lightning. This one's got me out of trouble quite a few times. Consumables, we have the saltpeter jar, which is basically a liquid that will cause enemies to slip over. A shield, which is an energy shield, and a rage, which is basically a passive ability that will increase your attack damage and speed. Finally, we have the Orphic Rites, and these are basically achievements. You purchase these, and when you unlock them, it will give you additional weapons and upgrades. Very useful, and something that you shouldn't sleep on. We're going to hopefully get this one today, because I do love my daggers, and I tend to use throwing knives a fair bit. They're an excellent secondary weapon. So you've got your axe, you've also got some throwing knives. I'm carrying some extras because I've got an upgrade. We're going to head into the battlefield for another shot at glory and hopefully a way into the afterlife. So we start off in the Orphic Temple, and unfortunately in this game, levels are not procedurally generated. Neither are enemies. You get different tasks. My task is to take out one of the guardians. Ooh, there's some very useful skills here. I'm going to go with additional melee damage, given I'm carrying a melee weapon. Got myself a bit of cash. Now, weapon upgrades are very, very expensive, so you're going to do a lot of, probably a lot of grinding before you get some of the better weapons in the game. So that was a nice, easy one to start with. That's our warm-up. In between levels you can get upgrades and you can also replenish your health. If you're getting a bit far out and you're worried about losing your money, because if you die you do lose all of your money, you can head back to Purgatory and you can bank all of your resources so far.
But now it has sunk through the earth into the underworld, used for nothing else but the acolytes' unspeakable ritual. Rid us of their heresy. Burn the profane temple to the ground.
So now our second mission is to burn down the Temple of the Cultists, which is easier said than done because I'm going to have to swap out my trusty axe for a torch, and the torch is really handy, but it's definitely no combat weapon. It's very slow and very cumbersome.
The acolytes are no fools to our plan. They have sprung the altar to lock the gate as soon as you took the torch. Defeat them.
As you can see, very powerful weapon, but very slow. So going to have to break out the daggers here. Oh, damn. So it's got a big area effect, but it's just a really slow swinging weapon. The room being full of traps is also working in our advantage. Oh, damn it. Ranged attackers. Not much we can do there without a ranged attack of our own. Let's head down to, we're going to head to the temple and burn it down. Now, enemies constantly spawn, and that is the biggest challenge. You have to be moving all the time. And often it is better to get out of there and run half the time than it is to try and get stuck in a fight, because enemies will back up pretty damn quick, and they do spawn probably a bit closer than I would like. I don't like the fact the enemies can spawn right next to you, especially since they have melee attacks. Now we have to burn all of the temple down, and once we've done this, we can get our hands on our trusty axe once more. A couple left. Beautiful. So we've got some good ones here. I'm going to go explosive daggers. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Hell yeah. Anything that's going to give us a bit of punch for our ranged weapons, no-brainer. Now that being said, the secondary attack of the Labrys is to be able to throw it, and it does massive damage. It's often a one-shot for most enemies, and this is why I like this weapon the best. It's an all-rounder. Now there's a little bit of environmental damage in the game too. These spiked walls, you can kick enemies off cliffs, you can kick them off into spiked walls. In fact, the kick even has some upgrades where you can one-shot enemies with your kick. So there's a number of different attacks in the game, which I think is really cool. There's a lot of variety. To get our health back, we're going to stick with the Labrys for now. It's been, you know, it's putting in work. It's doing well.
Any control over this realm, I need you to rebuild one of my conduits, a lodestone powered by a segmented ore.
So we have to wait for our dash to recharge so I can get across here. And oh, we're going to have to, let's hope I got this right, Geronimo. Okay, we've got 2 pieces left. Now you can see this game obviously got a bit of inspiration from Doom and Doom Eternal with the, the double jump pads, different enemy design. Not a bad thing at all. You can see the further you get in, the more money you can earn. Explosive daggers, baby. I've gotten very good at using these daggers. When you're a melee build, you have to use the daggers a fair bit. Now all we have to do is defend the altar. Which is easier said than done. Now your daggers do recharge over time, and it's only a few seconds, so you want to always make sure you're using them. Oh, we did it. So, life shield. Hell yeah. So this basically gives us a free life. If we're going to get hit and we're going to die, we get a get out of jail free card. And speaking of getting out, we're going to get out of here with some quickness. Things are getting pretty crazy. Now, as much as I like this game, I do have to talk about some of the issues because, apart from the repetitiveness of the levels, and that's very obvious that the game could use a bit more variety. The levels are all the same, the enemies are all the same, random enemies, a bigger array of objectives. You often only have 2 or 3 at a time. I've done these a fair bit, and I could see how some people would get frustrated with this. That being said, there's not many games that come out that are old school cooperative shooters, and I think I'm willing to forgive this game for that fact. Now I know what I'm up against next, so we're going to pick something with... Oh, let's do it. Look, I haven't played with this big boy yet, so I literally have just unlocked it.
We have been led astray from our path. There must be an interloper between us and the labyrinth.
So we're up against the Cafau, who is basically a gigantic minotaur. He's very powerful, he's the first boss of the game, and he'll be turning up from time to time. He will constantly spawn enemies, so our goal is to kill him as quickly as we can. These enemies explode, so... Oh, damn it. Okay, this is making it easy. I picked the right weapon. Now, we're not doing a hell of a lot of damage, but we sure as hell don't want to be fighting him up close. He's nearly dead. Oh, those explosive weapons are really putting in work. Oh no. We might be in some trouble here. We might be in some trouble. Oh no, we did it. Oh. Whew. He's actually a pretty easy boss to kill if you've got the right upgrades.
The realm is far from where we need to be, Pariah. Find a way out.
Now I'm pretty hurt, so I need to get to the exit real quick before I end up getting killed. And that's one of the things I really like about the game. The melee weapons are very powerful, and you definitely can have a melee build. And I could see the appeal. I could see why people want to try having multiple players in the game. I've got burning daggers already. That's one of the issues in the game too. Sometimes you get duplicate cards. Actually, no, I've got explosive daggers. I probably don't need those, but so more enemies but more money. Let's go with that. I may regret this, but let's give ourselves a challenge. So 0 headshots. I don't know about that. I was throwing quite a lot of knives into people's heads, but we're going to. I'm gonna go with the EOS.
Was a powerful serpent before his punishment, shattered into 1,000 Ophidians. But the Lamia has moved in hitherto. Find her, use her soul to cross the chasm.
Now the Ophidians are very dangerous snake people. They are very fast and they do a ton of damage, and if you get caught by one of these guys, they'll strip your health in seconds, so I think we've gone the wrong way. Now the problem with these levels are they're a little maze-like. Oh, we've got a Minotaur after us too. Okay, we have to kill Ophidians. And this is why I have a two-handed sword, baby. Now, I haven't managed to kill the Lamia before. We're going to see. Will I fall in battle again? This is actually a pretty tough boss. I was kind of partially hoping I wouldn't run into this. That being said, though, last time I fought the Lamia, I didn't have explosive daggers, so... Get some daggers in ya. We're kind of stuck here. We've got... Oh, I did it! I did it! I did it! Oh, man! It's getting tied up in here! Oh! Get that in ya! I'm not even looking, I'm just swinging. Yeah, get that in ya. Whew. And I got an upgrade too. Excellent. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going. It's definitely not that way, that's for sure. Up here. Of course he's blocking the exit. I don't know how I'm supposed to get across there. I have to place assault. Oh no, you're kidding. I have to hold it? I don't know how that's going to happen. Oh man. How am I supposed to live through this? Anyone's guess. Now I can throw some stuff down. Hopefully get me a bit of a... Oh, there we go, that's working. Come on. Faster, bridge, faster. Ooh, come on, come on, come on. Woo! Oh, you're kidding. I made it. Oh, that's handy. I'm going to go movement speed. The faster we move, the better. Oh, I tried running across the bridge when it hadn't fully come down. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't kill me. I mean, this thing has such a big swing arc. I just basically swing at their side of the planet and they die, so it's actually a really good weapon. I like the axe better, just because it has a secondary attack, but apparently this now has an energy slice. I'm going to have to try and figure out how to do that. Oh, there we go. Nice. Oh, Geronimo. So now I've got a secondary attack. Whoa, damn, that worked. That'd be really handy against boss enemies too. Okay, so we've been that way. You have to go this way. I seem to have lost them for now. Let's get the hell out of here. You can have a dagger. I mean, this would be a ton of fun with two people. I'd love to get Cal into a game of this. This would be a blast. Whoa. This is the furthest I've ever made it. I couldn't get past that Lamia last time. Well, onwards. We're going to keep going.
Horror and fear, keepers of the first herbal. Without defeating them, we cannot navigate Charon's crossing. Now only the astrolabe stands between you and the dismal lords.
Okay, so I have to find several pieces, place them on the altar, wherever they may be. Can I go this way? Ah, okay, here we go. Now something tells me once I place these, all hell's gonna break loose, so I'm gonna do it all at once. Something tells me I should have brought a ranged weapon, but we may have gotten our energy attack just in time. Oh yeah, he looks like he's not messing around. Ooh, this does not fill me full of confidence. He looks like a very, very big, very nasty boy. So I'm going to cheat and I'm just going to fill him full of daggers. Because no one said I had to play fair. And that seems to be working quite well. What? That was surprisingly easy. Can I steal his sword? No. So now we have to fight Phobos. Let's see if you're dagger proof too. Yeah, definitely. I feel like I brought a knife to a gunfight. Look at his health bar. Bloody hell. He's killing his own people. He doesn't even care. Oh, I need to get to cover. Oh man, this is getting nuts. Okay, I think as long as I stay in this area, I'm good. No, or not, or not. You get some oh, damn, without those explosive daggers, I would never have won that. Whew. I did it. Is that his severed head? So my prize is... Oh, wow, there we go. Crown of the First Obol. So I've unlocked a bunch of new weapons and upgrades, and now I can head back to the Orphic Temple and see... Let's see how much this stuff is going to cost, because I imagine it's going to be... not going to be cheap. So we've unlocked a... Oh, very nice. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Health regeneration. Absolutely. Well, I would love to continue my journey, but I think we better head back as I've got a ton of money and I've got some new toys to check out as well. So let's go see what we got. A cool 22,000 Dinarke.
Enter the portal. Your odyssey begins here.
So, so dash regen rate, that's going to be very handy. So we'll definitely get one of those. Detonation upon taking damage, your body triggers a huge explosion. Handy, but I like my lightning ability better. Upon activating, starts a 15-second window in which killing 6 enemies will... Oh, that is just perfect. There we go. So basically, when I use the Vitality Shard, it's just basically a means to heal myself. I mean, that's a very, very powerful upgrade. And appears... Yeah, no other extras, but we can now equip some new upgrades. So that is it for the video. I'm going to leave it here. The next section of the game I may cover in a future video, but I really only have one thing to say to the developer. If you do watch this, reach out to me. I would love to do an in-depth playthrough with my friend Kel. I think this game lends itself very well to a stream, and I think that the two of us, or even if I get the rest of the boys in, our group would love to play this. It looks like a ton of fun, and even though the single player is really, really fun, I think it's the multiplayer with this game really shines. So hopefully you got a bit of an idea on whether you want to pick up Perish. I know it had a couple of issues around it being a bit repetitive, but I think it's largely offset by really tight controls, fun boss battles, and it's just an old school game. You don't see arena shooters like this anymore. So go and check this one out if you like games like Serious Sam, and let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.